Thanks, Sean. I'm Hengjie. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Kami. Hi again. So as you probably have learned from today, Kami is a super useful tool. There are so many things that I've even learned about Kami that I didn't know. And thank you to the amazing lineup of speakers that have spoken today. So in the sort of final session today, where we give you a glimpse of the product updates and changes, I'd like to start with a quote from one of my favorite educators. He once described Kami as a onion. Maybe he was hungry, but as he described Kami as an onion, and as you sort of peel through and learn each layer, peel through the layers, you'll learn more and more of the sort of attention to detail that we put into Kami, the sort of different use cases, different functionalities that's available to you. And these functionalities make your classroom more engaging, more interactive, more accessible. So I hope you've taken that from this Kami Connect conference today. So the product update that I'm going to give today will be split into two sections. The first is a recap of what we've done or what we announced 6 months back, and to give you an update on that. The second bit is what's coming in the first half of 2021. So the recap, we announced a bunch of different things in the last Kami Connect. We announced things like the Microsoft integration, improvements to audio, video, improvements to Canvas, improvements to Sticker, and the annotation bank. So I'm going to give you an update on all of those 5 things. The first one is Microsoft. So before this, you couldn't really use Kami with Microsoft. You couldn't open and save files from OneDrive. You couldn't use it with Microsoft Edge. You couldn't use it with any of the learning management systems that integrated with OneDrive either. This changes all of that. So today we'd like to announce that Kami is now available to anyone and everyone that wants to use Kami with Microsoft. We have a Microsoft Edge extension. It now works with OneDrive, so you can open and save files. It even works with Schoology and Canvas, and it even works with the integrations that we built for those two LMSs. We're really excited about this change, really incredibly thankful for Microsoft, our partners, and the Schoology and Canvas beta testers of this integration. They've provided us with an immense amount of feedback, so I'm really glad and we're really excited to make this available to everyone now. We announced 2 things last year. One was that we were going to make it really easy for you to use audio and video inside Kami so that you don't have to install anything. It's really easy to embed these sorts of things into the document itself, on top of the document, to the side of the document. And we made it longer, so you can embed longer videos into your docs. The thing that we're going to announce today is 2 new things. The first one is the ability to play back and record on iOS devices, so on your iPhone, iPad, and now works on Kami documents. It is going to be in beta. It's going to be in beta depending on what Safari does. So we hope that it's going to go out of beta soon, but you're welcome to go and give it a try and see how well that works for you. The second thing we'd like to announce is there's a new Add Media button that replaces the old Add Image tool. So this button allows you to add any kind of media, video, images, YouTube videos. You can drag and drop them in as well. If you open it from your phone, you can take a scan or a picture of whatever from your phone and add it onto the document. So it's a very versatile tool that allows you to embed different pieces of different kinds of content into Kami. The third thing that we'd like to talk about is the major improvements to the Canvas integration. So we didn't actually announce this in the last Kami Connect. We just did it and made huge improvements to it over the course of the last couple of months. So you now, using the new Canvas integration, can use Kami with Canvas Blueprint courses, with the course copy feature in Canvas, as well as Canvas modules. You can also, in the new Kami course settings, allow you to set the primary teacher of that particular course, so that when you have the kids open up the documents, we no longer will ask you who the primary teacher is, and we will no longer sort of prevent the kids from opening up their own work until you've opened up the template file. And this is a particularly important thing because some classes, some courses will have co-teachers in it, and that's the type of course that this will impact most. And then we've just made a lot of different improvements, changes to really refine the experience in the integration to make it worthwhile. Fourth thing that we announced is the stickers tool. Just like Ben said earlier today, it's a great way to allow you to engage with kids, allow you to add a lot of fun to your document and make it more engaging, interactive, and personalized. And it's become easily one of the most popular tools out there in Kami. So we want to do more. We want to release more sticker packs, add more festive stickers. We want to, depending on seasonality and everything, we're going to do a lot more here. And our team is super excited to play around with different kinds of stickers. The last thing that we talked about is the annotation bank. So this is a way for you to take common feedback that you're giving to all your kids, bank it into Kami, and allow you to easily reuse those common annotations on your documents while you're grading. And it currently is something that's going to be in beta from today onwards, so you can use it straight after the session. It currently supports comment annotations, so text or margin comments, audio, video, and screen capture for now. But we will have more support for other annotation types like drawings, etc., coming soon, coming down the line. And you can turn it on basically by going to Kami settings and switching on the on button. So those are the recap of some of the updates that we gave you from the last Kami Connect. Now we're going to switch gears up a little bit and talk about what are we going to expect in the first half of 2021. Kami's mission is to enable you to have the most engaging, interactive, personalized digital classroom. We're on a mission to give teachers back more time. We want to give students, we want to have students at the center of the learning environment or the center of their learning. We want to have student-led learning. We want to have personalized learning to them so that they can also learn anywhere, anytime, whether it's on a subway or at school, and ultimately foster a lifetime of learning by making learning enjoyable and fun. So there's a few things that we do to try and make this a reality. We first give them one single environment that they can work out of. So through some of the integrations that we have with Google Classroom, Canvas, etc. The second thing is we try and simplify everything so that it's just in one single tool so that you don't get overwhelmed with all the sort of different tools out there that you have to learn. And we want to also try and make everything super, simple, intuitive, accessible, so that any student can go and use, learn in a digital classroom environment. So with that in mind, there's a lot of things that we're doing that we're going to do and announce today to try and put us on that right path and help us guide towards those sorts of key principles. So the first thing we're super excited to announce, and there are so many people that have asked for this, and all it took was 2020 to make this happen, is we're going to release a new delete all annotation button. So this, what it does is it allows you to clear off all of your annotations off of your document. So that when you're moving between one period to the next period, you can quickly, with one button click, clear off all your annotations from the previous period so that you're ready for the next class. And so that you don't have to go and select each and every individual annotation, delete them one at a time. So this is going to be a huge time saver for all the teachers that use Kami as a digital whiteboard. Now the next thing that we're going to do is, it's really important to be able to monitor what the kids are doing, see how they're doing, provide feedback, encouragement when they need it most. right? And today with Kami, you can already do that after they've submitted their work. You can see what the kids are working on. You can see it with the Grade with Kami feature on your learning management system. But wouldn't it be awesome if we can do it before they've turned it in, right? And before they've turned it in, using the same grading, Grade with Kami feature, using the same grading view that you have on your learning management system. So this feature is already actually available in Google Classroom today. But what we're announcing today is making it also available to you in Canvas. So you're able to go to the Canvas Speed Grader, use the Grade with Kami button, or look at the document that the kids are working on before they've submitted their work. Just bear in mind though, for all the other users out there, before we release this feature, that you can already go to Google Drive or OneDrive and look at what the kids are doing by opening up the file from there before they've submitted their work. So you can already sort of do this today. This is going to make it a lot more seamless by integrating it into the grading view. So this is a feature that's going to come very soon in the next 2 to 3 weeks. The third thing we like to announce is assessments mode. This is a big one. Now we know that testing has a huge challenge in 2020. And Kami has become the preferred tool for a lot of kids to complete their work and do their learnings on Kami itself. Which is why it's ever more important for you to give kids a familiar sort of environment where they're familiar with the annotation tools when it comes to doing tests and exams, when it comes to summative assessments. And assessments mode will allow, what it will allow you to do is easily administer tests and exams than what you can possibly do today, right? So it's going to make things easier by doing 3 things. It's going to first allow you to only allow one submission for this test or for this exam, so that they can't go and make changes afterwards. It's going to have a timer that will count down and automatically submit and save everything at the end of the examination. And it's going to also automatically prevent students from accessing the file after they've turned it in, so that they can't go and share the questions or share the answers or share the test out with other folks after the test is over. So these 3 things we hope will make administering assessments and exams and tests substantially easier, especially in a remote, hybrid, or even in-person setting. This is a feature that's going to come in 1 to 2 months to Canvas first, with Google Classroom and Schoology to follow. The 4th thing we'd like to announce is better scaffolding of annotations. So what does that mean? Well, teachers today sometimes will put annotations on a document before you send it out to kids, right? So this gives you the ability to put do nows or mini lessons, or essentially scaffold this piece of curriculum with any sort of resource, additional resource, so that, or instructions on top of the document before the kids have opened it, so that they can go, open it up, view all of those things inside one single place. Now, we've all been there though, and we've all forgotten to put that extra piece of resource or that one extra correction or annotation to really make things go smoothly in class. And what we're going to do today is going to allow you to push out changes to your documents even though you've already fanned it out and assigned it out to your kids. The improvement will first go out to Google Classroom and Canvas users first, and that will come in the next 1 to 2 months, and then Schoology will come in the future. Now, I don't have a great name for this feature. My marketing team will hate this, but please tweet at us and tell us how you would name this particular improvement, so that it's just a more simple way to sort of, I guess, describe this improvement. So I couldn't really come up with a great name, so please tweet at us for names. The next thing that we're going to do is make grading faster. How many of you guys have waited for a file to load, or while you're grading, right? And when you've got 30 kids, or God forbid, 150 kids, each second that you're waiting, that really adds up. And we really want to be able to speed that up and give you that time back in your day. So I'm probably also going to get in trouble for saying this, but Jordan, you won't sleep until you get this fast. But also on behalf of all of our teachers, our big community of teachers out there, we want to thank you when this can be done. Cheers. So this faster grading will probably happen in the next 2 to 3 months. But if Jordan doesn't sleep, it will probably happen in the next couple of weeks. A big one for the last. If you think about what it takes to make your classrooms more engaging, more interactive, more personal, there's a lot of things you can do, but one of those things is really formative assessments. Fundamentally, it's being able to check in with the kids, understanding of what you're teaching, and be able to sort of adjust for that, being able to course correct and re-explain things so that they really, truly understand it. And we know currently that there are other ways that you can add or do this in documents to make it more formative or become wiser. And the problem with all those other tools is they're kind of complicated to use. The simplest form of this idea before you get into grading by question or multi-choice questions or true, false, or being able to get immediate feedback from the students, the simplest form of this idea is actually a pre-fillable text box that you can just create ahead of time, give it to the kids, they answer it, you get them and collect them on a per question basis. It's as simple as that. And that's what we're going to do. If you have a look at this, we want to, this sets the sort of foundation for something a lot bigger that we can do with Kami, right? So to do formative assessment properly inside a document, inside of Kami, to make that easy and intuitive to use, we're going to take a little bit more time to get this right. So to release, or the time frame for releasing answer boxes is going to be roughly 3 to 6 months from now. We hope that you're super excited and pumped as much as I am. I feel like I've had 10 cups of coffee today. I do have one last piece of exciting news that I'd like to share. And that is the new Kami Certified Educators program. We're adding a new level to this program. We're really, really excited for this because since we launched it about a year ago, we've had over 3,000 certified educators go through this program. They've had to learn all sorts of different things, really interesting, cool ways to use Kami in class. And on March 8th, we're going to launch the level 2 version or update to this educators program. So it's going to give you more ideas, a more advanced sort of troubleshooting to get the most out of Kami. It's a free course, and you can sign up by going to kamiapp.com/certified. So here's just a recap of some of the things I talked about today that's coming for the school year of 2021. The first one, delete all annotation button, finally arriving. The second one is being able to monitor and provide feedback to kids and having all of that done right inside of Canvas. The third one is assessments mode, being able to administer tests and exams inside of Kami and making that really easy in a remote or hybrid or in-person environment. And the fourth one is being able to, you're going to help me name this, better scaffolding of annotations, being able to push out changes to the underlying document to all the kids after you've even fanned out the assignment. The fifth one is faster grading, finally saving some more time. Last one is answer boxes, being able to create pre-fillable answer boxes for your kids to fill in when you push it out to them. And the final one is level 2 of the Kami Certified Educators program. So with all of that, thank you. Thank you for listening to our conference. Thank you for listening to our educators, for learning, for doing everything that you're doing to help these kids in this sort of rough time. We're really excited for the future, for some of the upcoming things to really transform your classroom. So with that in mind, I'll pass you on to Bob. Cheers.